Welcome to Real Talks with Pinks. I've been missing you guys. I know we didn't do a video last week, but we are back with a bang. And it's February, like I did promise you. We are celebrating the month of love. So the whole February we'll be interviewing couples who've been married a different number of years. So we're starting today with another couple that's been married so many years. They're going to tell us today. So I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves, and then I will we'll kickstart the show. For coming to the show. Can you please introduce yourselves to my guests?
My name is Mrs Ramaema. I come from Botswana. I have been working for the Ministry of Health for some time now. I'm retired.
Okay.
My name is Mr Ramaema. I'm staying at Botswana. I'm also retired.
Okay, that is.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Ramaema, for coming to the show. I feel so honored. So, Mr. and Mrs. Ramaema have been married for 40 years. That's why we invited them to the show, because we thought it would be nice for them to tell us young people how they did it. So, Ndateleme, I'm going to take you back to your love story. Can you please tell us how you met? And first of all, what was your first impression of your partner?
It started with me. She doesn't know how it started. She just saw me. My brother had a nice girlfriend in Maloti.
Mm-hmm.
So Maloti had, nice, beautiful nurses.
Maloti Hospital.
Maloti Hospital. So I went to him, and I want someone here who is very suitable. So she said, oh, there is one lady, but she's not here. She's a young, beautiful lady. I wrote her a letter.
Mm-hmm.
I was here coming to you, but I didn't meet you. I will come sometimes. I hope when she received the letter, she thought she knew me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wasn't that, someone who wrote you a letter, but not displaying the fact that he doesn't know you.
Mm-hmm.
So she came, she found the letter, then I followed it up.
Mm-hmm.
And we started this long road.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew or never know I was being connected with the best person in my life.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, yes, Ndateleme has said already we met at Maloti. Therefore, my friend told me that you had a visitor here. Okay, it was okay. Then when he came back again, and I was interested. But during our time, you have to come at least 3 times to talk and say, I love you. Then you say, I'm going to think about it. Mm-hmm. But in a few days, then I said, I could see that is the person I like. Mm-hmm. I didn't like short people. Therefore, therefore I saw him, he was driving, he was tall, and it was that. Then it started.
Mm-hmm. And then when did you both decide to get married?
Okay. We first met in 1979. Then after a year in our courtship, he started proposing, saying, now I want a wife. Then I said, I am here at school and my parents won't allow that. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we arranged for that. We talked about it, and I said, here, people are so strict, I can't get married. Mm-hmm. But later, in around 1981, we decided that since I was finishing school in 1982, then we can get married.
Oh, okay. And Mr Ramaema, how did you know that Nema Ramaema is the one for you to build a home with?
I have realized that in marriage, the result of your toil will be seen in, like any other thing. Now, I can quote so many things. That is why I'm saying it's a baby Masaria.
Oh,
You'll just discover after some time that I'm holding the treasure here. It's after this period that two, when we are going with someone you are fighting with, who feel this is not the right person. But if you go along for such a long period without talking about difficulties in marriage, going together, encountering problems, but going together, you must know this is the right person. Otherwise, we could have separated maybe a long time ago, yes.
Okay. But then in your union, what has been the best part of your marriage for this 40 years?
For me, the best part in this marriage was the respect that Ramaema shows me. He respects me so much. Therefore, that has created other people to sort of respect me and respect our family. He is also such a loving person. Therefore, really, I thought and I saw as we went through our marriage, even during difficult times, would still be there, be with me.
My best time would be when you see your children grow and become people and get educated. We are so inspired in life to see how blessed you are. I am.
Okay, now talking about kids. Now that you've talked about them, I can tell you have kids. How many kids do you have?
Okay, we have 3 children.
Okay.
We have the first one, he's now 39 years old.
Okay.
The second one, she's 36 years old. And we have the last born, she's 30 years old.
So tell us about raising your kids. Back in the days when they were very, very still young, I take it that both of you were still working because Mr Ramaema said he's retired. You are also a retired nurse. I think young people who are watching, like me, because most people that will be watching are young kids who are very early in their marriages. We are having kids and we are having careers. It is a bit difficult to balance. So can you please advise us, how did you balance raising the kids and both of you working?
Yes, we were able to do that. It was very difficult, especially when you have kids. The people, the caretakers, we still have the same problem that this generation is facing even today. But during those times, it was better because Basotho still had a culture of love. Therefore, it was not quite often whereby a child would be left outside. But it also happened to us that we experienced a child being left outside while I was at work and that Ramaema was at work and he was working at Becca at that time. Therefore, there were difficult times in raising children, but we managed, with the help of friends, help of each other, community members. Sometimes you would leave a child from Kono next door, just because you have a good relationship, you leave so that you look for a caretaker. They would just leave anytime. But with the help of my husband, we are also able to help each other in that. It wasn't my work alone to see to hunt for the caretakers.
The other thing is parents now we can say they have lost interest in raising their kids. They get someone to look after their kids, and that is all. They have no interest. They say when they come back from work, they are tired. Then when we are tired, who is going to look after these kids? So we were making sure that we are there for the kids, even if it was tough and difficult. She went to school. That one was still small. We had to, see to it that they still eat, they still have what they should have. So I think understanding the status or the vision of the family is, I want to produce good kids from here who will help you get along and help each other to let these people not to suffer in the future when we are still here. Yes.
Mr Ramaema, you seem like you're a very involved parent, and I can tell that by your answers. Can you tell us how, as a couple, you deal with or you've dealt with challenges and conflict? Because what I've seen nowadays with our generation, the divorce rate is very high. Once we have conflict or challenges, we give up on the marriage. So how have you dealt with conflict and challenges?
May will go deeper into that, but I would want to say people get into marriage with very little information. They don't know that after signing this certificate, everything changes. The day you sign is when, if you ask him not to before he gets married, no, it's fine. But immediately he signs, everything changes. Why? He used to at times get to the bar at whatever time he wants, he would. But after signing, she has no that chance of going to the bar. You go into marriage thinking marriage is what we are experiencing before we get married. And we find a very different situation after signing. But the best way is be prepared that your partner will change. And he has to be prepared that will change. And you discuss your changes together. You come up with something that would make you understand or go along together. So if you say I'm right and that one says I'm right, you can't go together. Knowing each other, tolerating each other, respecting each other will help to go a long way. And people like the kids are becoming something behind you to make you stick together.
Okay. With conflict in marriage is imminent. You have to expect it every time. But you should be able to deal with it. Therefore, in our marriage, you used to have, small misunderstandings here and there. And sometimes you would feel like, I want to go home and leave this marriage. But you grow in marriage, you grow each day. You grow to be a better person each day. And the other thing that we found to be a pillar in our marriage was prayer.
Okay.
To call God to be with us in every nice thing, every trouble, in helping us raise the children and everything. Therefore, the other thing that we have as the family about conflict is that we don't sleep before we finish today's conflict.
Oh, okay.
We can sleep even at 4 o'clock. No, we can't go to bed in a bad stage. Therefore, we talk about this so that at the end you agree to disagree. Then the other part will be saying, okay, I can see my point. I can see that was wrong. I'm sorry. Therefore, tomorrow is another day. Therefore, it's always very important, especially for this generation, to deal with the things that are not good and deal with them. And the other thing, not to include the parents in everything. In everything that they do. Today it's very nice, we have professional people helping. You can, even if it's not a professional person, a member of the community, another one meets out with this. You know, it helps. Because when the third person is there, therefore you continue to become, therefore you solve that conflict and leave the conflicts of today. Leave them in today, where they belong, not in tomorrow.
And in marriage, remember, there's no little thing. Everything matters. No matter how small, no matter anything small, matters. So it depends. It depends on the degree of that, but it matters.
We should expect change. I think most of us, we worry or people are always saying, also change.
Yeah, nothing.
Said people will change.
They change after signing. After signing,
and they have to. You have to see change. You know that Mr Ramaema changes slow and right. Each day, change development, and it's good for our marriage. It's good for our life.
Julie, throughout the years of marriage, what have you learned about each other that you could say maybe 40 years ago?
Okay. And I have learned that sometimes Mr Ramaema can be so angry with me. There are times when he can be so angry and I would wonder, I think the first 2 years in marriage he wouldn't do that, but later, I just when my con is hurt, I should talk. Therefore, I had to learn that Liana, she's a human being, she can be angry, so that I can say I'm sorry and continue with life. I have learned a lot of things from him. And also, he is a person that likes to do things for other people. Usually in the morning, after Jabu breakfast, we have boiled eggs and usually but he likes to do that. Therefore, I could see that, if you prevent him from doing that, he gets hurt. Therefore, it's okay. Only when it's him who has done it. And he loves doing that.
And now, I'm talking about you mentioned amongst the many, he's the financial controller of the house.
Oh, no. Okay.
So now, like what I'm going to present, I don't know what to do. I will tell you So I worked hard. It becomes very difficult when we are present. Where does that one? But that thing, it's money and telephone. It's two. And telephone. You can even suggest that I said to that lady there.
The last one.
When they get to my house, they give me their telephones and I keep them. She has very many qualities, but no matter how good the quality is, if she doesn't get the real response, it's hopeless. So I'm able to see the results of her contribution because I appreciate her contribution.
Mr Ramaema, o bua ka ditšhelete le se le di lebetse hanyane fela e mongwe wa lona a re nka ditšhelete bakeng sa batho ba batjha ba shebelletseng ditšhelete lenyalo.
Ditšhelete lenyalo is a big thing. Jwale ka yona ke a counsel. I counsel people before ba nyalana ke ba jetse we ke nngwe ya tse hlano on top. There are about 10 things then when I learn at child. Money is very important one. By hlokomele batho ba batjha ke le temana le a gola malapa. But it's so simple how you can because bophelo ha le ba le ba ditjana ntate ga mene hona le moyeng le saver. Okay, by nature e ba saver. E mong yana by nature ke spender. Therefore charity e fitla o tsamaya ya itse ba is fair le itse. Shalo o yesa o sebetsa hona mo motšhino e no e sile re ke mo fe matla charity. So that atla sebetse ditšhelete se ntse le dula le di planner together. Planning is always crucial. You should plan.
I want to say again that the reflection of spending shows that this person has not changed.
Okay.
Hasn't changed. Like I said, after signing, you change. The real objectives of the family dawn after that, which say now our money should be used this way. We have no time to go to the bar when we look at this. So that one we say, I'm going to go to Majita. So keep on looking on your partner. She must know you can change every day, but try to cope with the change. And it will, when you cope with the change, it will help you address the real problem. He will have to tell you what is the problem. Then so that you overcome this money thing.
Lastly, before we close, can you have your last words for your viewers? But I'll ask you one question for both of you. 40 years later, we are here today and you're still married and your kids are now grown up, they have their own families. Would you still choose each other?
Yes, I would still choose Ndata. Okay. I always tell my friends when we were growing up, raising children, we used to say, if my husband can die, something to marry. Therefore, I would say I wouldn't. Because Mr Ramaema is so loving, so caring for the children. As a mother, in my life, I never went for the parents' meeting. I don't know what is done there. The best thing is my night. Therefore, really, I still choose him. So, and very good with the children. Very good. The children are, then we have the grandchildren. They are fine. He's fine. I always say, go to that mood.
Okay.
Okay, but I would still choose her because she makes you stay focused. The how do you call this generation now is not focused. If a new Mercedes comes, he goes for it. The BMW comes, he's looking for an expensive thing now. So when you get married, you have to have long-term objectives. Then you go together towards that, so that in the long run, you know, I'm now happy at my place. I'm the king. I'm the head of my family. but the head with the neck. Not that the head is, no, the head that knows. And when we get to my place, you will think that the head had thought of this plan here and all that, whereas the neck did the whole thinking. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have to appreciate one another. And after appreciating one another, but I'm saying it says to both of them, love and respect, because you can't respect without loving that thing. If you don't respect it, how do you love it? If you respect that thing, you will love. So my understanding is, let's be realistic towards that verse and understand it clearly that we have to love each other. When we love something, you tend to think, to care for it. So I think we are happy to have this moment to share our, which I still think is the very short time, because this thing is a big topic.
It's a very big topic. Admittedly, Mr and Mrs Ramaema, thank you so much for coming to the show. I will write in the link below for our viewers who may want to come for counseling, Mrs Ramaema, because you said you do counseling sessions.
Yes.
So I will write down below, the last one will tell us your contacts so that they can consult you. So viewers, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if you have any questions. What would you say you learned from this? I learned that respect is the most important thing, and the family must blend their finances together from Mr. Ramaema, and I learned from Mrs. Ramaema that don't involve your other family. They spoil things. Thank you so much for watching. Can you just say goodbye to our viewers?
Okay, bye.
See you in the next episode.
Yes.
Bye for now.